Hello everyone and welcome to ZP Productions, and today we'll be reviewing something a lot more simpler. This is the Rolux 99 Dynasty 2 V-mount battery, and this one has USB-C charging and USB-C output. Now this is the latest battery from Rolux, and you can see it comes in two flavors, 99 watt and 50 watt. So this Dynasty 1 and this Dynasty 2, they have of course difference in size, plus of course this little thing of a carbon fiber versus leather-like coating. But they are V-mount batteries and they work kind of same. The difference is of course the maximum power output and the maximum amount of power they have in the batteries itself. So let's take a simple look around the batteries and just show you guys what there is. Now this battery, as you can see here, is more of the small profile versions of the V-mount batteries. Now this is of course not the smallest profile version. Now the smallest profile that I ever had for a Rolux battery is this. This is the old 99 watt Rolux battery. You can see here it is smaller and shorter, and I'm not sure whether is it lighter. In fact, let me take a weighing scale. 591 grams, 529 grams. So you can see that the newer battery is actually also slightly heavier by about 80 grams. But you know, in the end of the day, all these are small little problems because, you know, this isn't that huge of a battery and it's 99 watt, and this battery does serve multiple purpose, which I will go through now. But before I start, I want to thank SLR Revolution for loaning me this copy of the battery together with the Dynasty 1 and also a fast charger, as you can see in this picture here. Now the fast charger does charge really fast, and I'll talk about it later with the Rolux Dynasty 2 batteries. But thank them for loaning me all these batteries and charger. I'll return them really soon. But you know, they let me try because I think this is really nice. I mean, USB-C, it works really well. I really have very minimal complaint on this battery itself. So let's take a look at this battery and what can it do. First, like every other V-mount battery, you can see there's a V-mount behind. There's also the D-tab that you can use to power accessories. But actually the D-tab, you know, you can actually have a lot more on top here now. There is the 12 volt port. There's the 8.4 volt port, there's the USB-A and the USB-C port. Now compared to the older Rolux 99 watt here, you can see that there's two D-tab instead, so they gave more D-tabs, and then they gave a port on top for this. Now the newer batteries with the USB-C does give you the additional ability to firstly fast charge devices, which I'll talk about it later. I'll demonstrate to you too, and it can also be charged with USB-C, which is godsend. Because how many times have you tried to find a D-tab or V-mount charger and you can't find one? But how many times can you find a USB-C charger? It's everywhere. I mean, look at my MacBook here. You can charge this battery with a MacBook charger. And a lot of the modern USB-C charger can easily charge 2, 3, or 4 of these batteries together. And they are all still smaller, lighter, and cheaper than a D-tab or V-mount battery charger at times. So, you know, USB-C charging is just godsend in every single way. But then again, you know, you only have one D-tab unlike the previous version, which is, I guess, a trade-off. And then this battery also has a OLED screen here. You can see smaller graphics, but you can see like what's the current voltage, current, and time left for this battery. This is not really new. I mean, the older Rolux battery also has that. See, if you look at the older 99 watt battery, it does also have a smallish screen here that does almost the same thing. So nothing too special here. But the important part is USB-C charging, and you can use it as a power bank. In fact, let me demonstrate to you this coolest ability. I mean, you may think that this is like no big deal, but have you ever tried to find a charger and you can't find it? Or when you're on travel with your V-mount battery, trying to find a charger is just impossible, but a USB-C will just make it so convenient. So let me showcase to you first this charging another device, and you know, it does output at 65 watt. So this is a power bank, and if you plug into the first port, it charges the device, and you plug into the second port, it charges other devices. So I'm showing you that now this battery is actually charging this power bank itself, and you can see that it rises to almost 60 watt of output. Now the exact power that comes out of this battery depends a lot on things such as the device itself, what you're plugging to, and of course what's the state of the batteries and stuff. But you can see that it is charging this power bank at close to 60 watts of power, and it is pretty fast. Now you can do the reverse too. So if I was to plug this out and plug into the second port here, so now I'll use this power bank to charge this battery, and this battery, as you can see here, does charge at 65 watts of power. You just wait a while, you can see the PV is rising, and you can see it reaches 64 watt of power. So this guy does charge with 64 watt of power. Now, when you are charging, you can see this thing goes on. You can see that it's charging, and you can also see that it's outputting 3.65 amp of power, and there is a time of 41 minutes. Now, take this number with a grain of salt, because what happens is that as this battery gets filled up, it actually reduces the charging speed. Now, the exact number I didn't really record because I wasn't monitoring all the time, but I remember it's like 60 to 70%. It starts dropping, and then it goes down further. Now, you can choose to charge with 65 watt via USB-C, which this battery is 99 watts, so expect it to be almost filled after about 2 hours, considering throttling and what's not. But if you want faster, you can charge with the D-Tap charger. So Rolux does have a fast charger that you can plug into the D-Tap here, and it charges at 8 amps. And I did have a picture. Let me show you 8 amps of charging. So it does charge really quick and on that charger itself. Still, once again, it does slow down as it gets filled up. So over an hour, you are expected to get 80 to 90 watts of power into the bank, in an hour time, which isn't that bad. In an hour you can get it almost filled. It is really, really good. So that is something to note. So you can see that how convenient this battery is. In addition to, of course, the 12.4 volt port, which you can power monitors, and 8.4 volt port, which you can power accessories, and then of course the standard USB port, which you can power small little accessories and hard drives. This makes this battery really, really versatile. And this is just nice in I would say as below the flight limit of 100 watts. You can even see that they purposely put that this is a air-friendly battery. I mean, anything below 100 watt is air-friendly. So they just tell you that you can carry this on a flight and use it. So this battery acts both as your V-mount battery, and it also acts as a power bank, which makes it convenient. So at least when you bring this overseas and utilize it, you can use it to power your lights, your camera, and in desperate time, even your phone and your small little devices that you bring along, like your cooler and stuff, to just enjoy the day. Or even desperate, charge your laptop with it. It makes it so much more versatile and so much more worth it to purchase compared to standard V-mounts. V-mounts are not cheap. I mean, even this version here, I believe, is about 200 plus Sing dollars. The exact price, let me put on the screen. 200 plus Sing dollars or 100 over USD. This makes it very similar price to high power, high speed power banks such as Anker here. Obviously, this is meant for extreme fast discharge. For likes, you can discharge hundreds of watts of power. Then again, you are paying a lot of money for a V-mount battery. And when you travel overseas with batteries, you really want to use them for as many things as possible. And now with the USB-C, you can use it for almost any device in addition to all your V-mount device. Plus, you can charge with USB-C, which means you standardize all your chargers for your laptops, your phone, and your V-mount battery with the same charging mechanism, which makes it a lot easier. So in terms of real world usage, I actually brought this out for a dance video shoot. I actually brought it out together with my 99 watt over the version of the Rolux battery here, and then I tried it out. Now, in terms of its battery life, over 30 minutes, there was a reduction of 38%, which is quite aligned because the light I'm powering was the 60C from Nunlight, which consumes about 80 watts of power. So it means that with this battery, it should last slightly more than an hour, about 1 hour 10 to 50 minutes, assuming that the percentage is correct. That is quite aligned to the battery's consumption in terms of the light itself, which is 80 watts, and with 99 watts, it should last about 1 hour 10 to 1 hour 15 minutes, which is quite aligned to the previous battery. I mean, this battery here lasts about 1 hour 15 minutes from multiple tries last time. So this one, I expect it to be very, very similar and hold up to its 99 watt rating itself, which is pretty good. Now, that's about it for this review. This is the Rolux 99 watt battery. I think this is a really nice battery, but just to note, if you are looking for the absolute smallest, there is always the previous versions. I just have to be fair. The previous version is really nice and small, and I've been using it for a year plus. I purchased it with my own money here. So this newer one is bigger, it's heavier, everything, but it comes with a lot more convenience, especially the USB-C. I just cannot emphasize how convenient it is to charge with USB-C because you have those chargers, there's multi-USB-C chargers, and you can bring a few of these and charge everything in USB-C. It makes it a lot more convenient, and now you can also use it as a power bank. So, you know, you don't need to bring extra batteries, which is very, very cumbersome. Now, just one last thing before I end. I noticed this battery also has a thread below. So this thread below allows you to mount it on things, mount it on arms, mount it on light stand. Now, why will you do that? Well, there's possibility of, you know, putting things and mounting it directly here, such as a fan or whatever, and then put it on top of a stand, or, you know, mounting it directly on top of cameras using this kind of mount. But I don't think this is like the safest thing ever, because there's no like retention pins here that prevent it from spinning. So I'm sure that this is meant to mount like this and just hold it there. It's not meant to mount sideways, because if you mount sideways without those pins, right, that hold the orientation, it's going to be damn dangerous. It's going to spin around like crazy and maybe dislodge itself. So I'm sure that this is meant to mount and just for easy holding or mounting on top of a stand. And then you can also have this to just hang on stands itself. So a lot of things are just made really for convenience for this battery itself. And that's why I hope you enjoy my short little review of the Rolux 99-watt Dynasty 2 batteries. This is of course a great improvement over the previous version purely because of its USB-C capabilities, which makes it a lot simpler to use, charge, and of course justify why you need to buy a $200 plus battery these days. So I hope you enjoyed this short little video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.